Hey, RPM Trade Vietnam in this bitch. Woo! Goddamn. Boy, it's hotter than a bitch out here. Fuck. Iowa is like, the whole Midwest is pretty crazy. I hate to talk about, the weather all the time, or even as much as I do, because I find it to be relatively trivial. Um, I will say that I do believe that they can and might actually be controlling the weather. Or they talk about weather control out in the open. JFK spoke on it. You can look up different patterns and stuff like that. Do some research into that. I think they can control the weather. You see it in children's cartoons and shit from when I was growing up, anyway. And I would imagine so even today. That they poke fun at the idea of an evil genius controlling the weather, and I think the human imagination will take us all over the place. And where you find the human imagination, you will find innovation, curiosities, and aspirations to achieve these things, especially if it could mean control or domination over anybody for any reason, man. Conquest and control over resources and shit, including human resources, people. None of this should escape our realm of imagination and possibilities, because I think we're looking right at it. We know that global domination is a thing. They poke fun at that in the children's cartoons and the movies and shit like that. They've always done that. But very much like they say about language, when a culture or a language system has multiple words for the same thing, that you know that they mean it, there's something special about that. Um, and of course, there's 1,000 words for money, slang terms and all type of shit for money. And then, of course, money is important, not just to American society, but to the whole world. And the dependency on the money system makes you think, yeah, of course. I mean, what else is there? But the money system is a system in and of itself that was created by the same guys that are winning at, and that should spark your interest real quick. That the guys that made the game are winning it. But that was meant to dominate and control, and of course there would be some prosperity to be had, in the rat race if you figure out how to navigate that. But it doesn't mean that the money system is the best thing that we can do. The only thing that we even could be doing, and that we should accept it for all of its flaws. I think there's some deal breakers. There's some deal breakers behind the money idea. I think we need to revamp how we do all of that. People tried to keep them from doing what it is that they've done to the money system, but those people got killed. So all of that should spike your interest and your curiosities about what all of that is. But dominate the world with the control of the resources and the money system, so that they can move the resources that they had to fucking kill a countless number of people to obtain and then maintain control over it. It ain't just that. There's a whole lot of other shit that goes along with it. The weapons contracts and the military industrial complex helps move the money around, because the money is the life liquid for all of the other conspiracy theories and angles of control. Without it, they wouldn't be able to run the prison industrial complex. That's a money cycling thing. See, they give the money and they say, how are we going to move this money around? How can we make this game? How can we siphon literal human energy from the people? They make you give up the time that you could be soul searching or raising your kids, or doing the introspective spiritual work that we all need to be doing. Studying ancient history, which is fucking important to me. I think ancient history is the key, actually. When they say if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. I think the history you're doomed to repeat is all of the bad shit. They will keep the good shit from you and then utilize that shit to enslave you, and that's what they're doing. Elon Musk, not even Nikola Tesla, who may have been a very benevolent person, possibly. Even he is not the total fucking source of a lot of the knowledge that he claimed to have. He's just fucking intelligent enough to stumble upon these things and then find the answers in ancient sources, which I think that's what it's there for. It's meant to free humanity. And he just happened to be a good enough person to find it and then express the sentiment that that's what it should be used for. And then Thomas Edison and other bankers and shit, J.P. Morgan, they fucked it all up like they do everything else. But this is where the truth of life is. It's involved in those things, especially the ancient history. Who knows who the fuck humanity really is and where we came from and what's really going on. I think all of that is a beautiful story awaiting discovery, rediscovery. And I think that if you brainwash these young kids to tell them that they have to save the world and that the tools and the knowledge to save the world can possibly be found in antiquity, in the history of the world, I think the kids will feel like Jedis. I think they will feel like Jesus himself. I think they will feel like not only are they going to stand up to the challenge to save the world, not only that, but they're going to do it with a sense of pride, with a sense of self-worth that they will also put into this endeavor and not be robots to the slave machine, so they can help further play their role to enslave humanity. That's funny that they take these children and they put them right there, trying to convince them to enlist in the army, to be cops as if that's fucking virtuous. No, it's not. To be a protector for society for those that cannot or will not protect themselves. That's awesome. But when you put it inside of the framework of a police officer, I have to tell you that you fucked it up. You're taking something good and then you fucked it up with the bullshit that they gave you. They say, hey, you want to feel like that? Put that energy into this. And then they fuck it up like they always do. All cops are bad. There's no such thing as a good one. Every cop, in order to keep his job, to maintain his employment, he has to be willing to not be stopped by it being your birthday, your kids being present, or you being a free man that never really hurt anybody. None of that will stop him. If you got a traffic citation that would call for your license to be suspended, and the license is a contract, that's a silly game. This is all hypnosis. To give in to the idea of you being controlled, and then when you violate, they go, why you violate? You agreed to be ruled, motherfucker. It's a contract that allows them to play you in the way that they do. But no cop in America will stop and say, your kids are here. You are taking this someplace that will warrant some very aggressive reactions from me as a police officer. And to de-escalate, I may have to literally let this fight go so that I don't have to do this to you in front of your kids, or push you so far that you do something to me in front of your kids, motherfucker. Nobody has to fucking die. I'm gonna bow out of this. We gonna meet again. We'll meet again. They don't do that shit. They fight you to the death until they put you in the fucking dirt in front of your kids on your birthday over the fucking suspended license if need be. And the whole thing they could have settled it was $200. And then they want you to feel like you standing on business in your own human integrity, that you say if $200 can fix it, you don't even think it makes sense to stand back and watch them threaten your life about it. And that could be the principle that you stand on to say, no, sir, I won't give you that $200 and I will move this fucking vehicle when I say so because I haven't hurt anybody. Your move, the cop will kill you. And every one of them do that. They don't back down because you talking sense to them. They don't back down because it makes sense that maybe y'all should fight another day and he should try another one. Maybe he should catch you when you're taking your trash out when your kids are inside. He won't wait to catch you outside of your children's presence. But then when some kids in the street do this because they want revenge for their brother being killed last summer and nobody found, and the killer never went to prison, but the killer's still out here talking shit, niggas will get defensive and carry a gun and break all the fucking laws to do that. They might even get vengeful and go looking for that motherfucker. I don't know if I can really blame them. I feel like I might be inclined to act in that same way. I'll break any law on the books, and if a motherfucker smoke my brother, he gonna see me. I'm not gonna wait for the cops to. I'm probably not gonna care, bro. I think nature wants me to not give a fuck. I got first dibs on bringing law and justice and order to the fucking situation. Deputize me and offer me the opportunity to go with you or something. But to expect for me to step out of the fight is so unnatural that I have to say, that's your shitty game. That's not the way the world works. That's not the way the law is supposed to be intervening in my fucking life, bro. Let me breathe. That was my brother. That wasn't your brother. You don't even care. And then cops will be brought to getting blood on their hands, trying to intervene in a situation where you don't even care about the victims. You don't care about the victim's family. You don't love these people. You don't know them, and if they don't stay out the way, you would curb their actions to keep them within the law, possibly even killing them too. So how is it that a cop hypothetically could be on a murder case to have the brother or the father of the murder victim be so involved in chasing down this person that he becomes a hindrance to the investigation? Maybe he run up on these guys before the cops could even get to him. The cops will treat you like you broke the law if you go do what it was that they would go do. Try to go subdue this guy because he's going to come to terms for what he did, and if he won't go, he'll just be killed on the spot if need be. The cops will chase after the murder suspect like that. That they're going to try to arrest him, but they're going to consider him armed and dangerous. They're going to bring guns to the situation before the potential suspect could. And if he wild out at all, scare them at all, he's going to die right there. Judge, jury, and executioner, motherfucker. We want to talk to you about the murder, but we'll smoke you in your fucking living room. We don't give a fuck. We came to talk to you about the fucking murder. The cops can have that energy when they are emotionally divorced from any responsibility about that, and then they want you to stifle your natural responses to want to be that, and say that if you step outside of the framework that they have given you, they will arrest you, maybe even kill you, to tell you, get the fuck out the way. That's the hypothetical that just makes so much sense because nobody can fucking argue with me to say that that situation wouldn't go like that at all, that I've missed something. I'm describing this shit with some accuracy. Let's not fuck around. So I have to say that all of that seems to be so unnatural and so fucking weird that I don't have to like it, and I don't. You know, and before I get out of here, this is the whole point of the fucking video, not to harp on the police, but San Joaquin Valley Transparency, he's got a dope YouTube channel. They do tons of artists, and he does tons of videos on magnifying the spark of true patriotism in this country, where people are out here on the streets successfully challenging the illusion of authority. Now, some people might say that this seems to be spinning the wheels, or kind of boring, or every video looks the same, or what good is this, and blah, blah, blah. Like, it doesn't have to be the one-hitter quitter to the tyranny in order for it to be a critical part of what's going on here, because his channel magnifies how challenging law enforcement is our duty, and that law enforcement is not always right. And if you guys want to be so moral and holier than thou about every fucking thing, that you think that the law is the law and nobody's above the law, you have to mean that the cops have to abide by the law too, or else be considered the criminals that they are, and then being brought to justice, whatever that means. You have to be okay with all of that too. So people that love the law but then unnaturally try to favor everything that a cop does, I know that they full of shit, because that don't make no sense. I will respect you if you say dirty cops need to get fucked up. And anybody who hurts a fucking cop that's doing no wrong needs to also get fucked up. All of the bad guys get fucked up, and I don't care what uniform they got on or how rough their childhood was. If you bring yourself to violating other people, creating victims by harming someone or stealing or depriving them of their property in some way by destroying it or whatever, you're supposed to be dealt with swiftly, and whatever happens kind of happens, fuck you. That has to go for law enforcement too, but they form gangs inside these police departments. They violate their oath of office right in front of people all the fucking time. They can't even be called out to even know what it is that their oath of office is calling for them to do out here. They're all confused. They're all wrong when they think they got it right. And San Joaquin Valley Transparency exposes the fuck out of cops nationwide. Well, how common it is for these motherfuckers to be bumbling idiots while they got everybody's lives in their hands. He did a video on me before about my activism. We're probably going to do another one this weekend. And if you pray, then pray to Odin or Moloch or Jesus Christ or Krishna or whoever. Pray to your God for my back, because I'm getting out here to do open carry. I don't give a fuck what my back feel like. We running that shit. We're going to get it on. We're going to do an interview with San Joaquin Transparency, Valley Transparency this weekend. It's going to be dope. Half the interview is going to be, man-to-man talking, answering questions and things like that. The rest of it is going to be an open carry demonstration that I'm going to put on for his channel right in front of his entire audience. I'm going to get out on the streets and suit up and do my thing. So if y'all want to check that out, go over to San Joaquin Valley Transparency, sub to the channel. Show some support for the people who got the balls to say, fuck you, Mr. Officer, do your job right in front of them, because this isn't going to save the world by doing this, but you're going to spark the mind and the actions to get in every avenue, nook, and cranny that we need to pour our hearts and souls into in order to effectively stop a tyrannical government, if that's what you want to do. If you like the tyranny, then kick your feet up and bask in the fucking glow of the dumpster fire, because that's where you are, you fucking pussy. Stop letting anybody get away with the bully shit. I don't even give a fuck if it's cop. You should hold them to a higher standard, actually, because they've gained your trust by promising to not be a bully, and then they get out here and do bully shit. Tell them to stop it, or they gonna die for that. That's super simple. They threaten your life with everything that they fucking do. They say, pull this car over when we turn them lights on before we can even prove if I'm even legit to stop you. Doesn't matter. You see my lights, you stop that car or you will die. And then later on, we might discover that what it was that I thought that I was pulling you over for wasn't even real. I was mistaken. Doesn't matter. Them lights come on, stop that car or you're going to die. They threaten your life before you hear this motherfucker's voice. He don't even know the color of your eyes and he has already threatened your life. I don't have to like that. If you think I'm silly, you're a pussy, and I hope a cop does something bad to you that's unfair, so you can understand what it is that I'm saying. So you can ask yourself, why the fuck is this man who is no better man than me hiding behind this bullshit, claiming to be morally superior to me when he's actually a fucking bully? Good luck to you. Good luck to you in this fucking shitty world that you root for. Y'all root for this shit. I think y'all crazy. Sam Fisher, Rick James is in this bitch. Angel in here. All of the usual suspects, man. I love y'all for that. Peace and love, y'all. Woo bang. Get a gun. Today, nobody has to like a bully. And if you really understand the world and what the world needs, you know that we need heroes that don't give a fuck about no illusion. They will not be taken by tricks of the mind or a lack of empathy or understanding or education about how the world works. Get in tune with all of those avenues of thought. Apply them all as evenly as possible. Spread that shit like peanut butter across the fucking world, and you will begin to see the world that you think that you deserve. Until then, you're not going to get that shit because you're voting or crying. No one gives a fuck about your tears or your ballots. Fuck. Do something if you want it. You ain't going to get it otherwise. And if I'm lying, say I'm lying. Say that there's a way to get this freedom. What is it?